everyone, I am Surbhi and this is We Crave That. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is very special. It's about how to be a content writer and how you can get into this particular line of work. I'm going to explain it to you, what is content writing, what are the different aspects of it, and some of the tips that are going to come at the end of this video. So first let's talk about why am I making this video. So I've been in this industry for 10 years. I've been a content writer at the beginning, and then I've been a content marketer, and slowly I've changed my line of work from content writer to now doing digital marketing. You know how you grow in a career. So this is what I've done, and in so many years, people have come up to me and they've asked me, a lot of my juniors, my cousins who are younger to me, and they've all come and asked how to get into this line. So I thought, why not make a video where I can talk about it and I can clear some of the doubts, give you some of the insights that can really help anybody, whether you're a newbie or whether you're somebody who's already maybe a year or two into it and want to get a clearer idea. So I just thought to help you guys, and yes, just come up here and talk about it. So let's not waste any more time and get right into this video and talk about, first of all, what is content marketing. So yes, without taking any more time, let's get into this topic, this video, and first of all, let's just understand what is content writing. So if I have to put it into literal words, content writing is basically the art of writing, and it's creating content for the web. So whether it is related, whether it is articles, blogs, social media posts, product descriptions, all of this falls into content writing. So when let's suppose you go on Amazon, so whatever the product description you find that is written on the site, that's a form of content marketing. You see some blog, you see some article, newspapers, books, everything is all content writing. So this is just the different kind of writings that are there, are movies, the scripts that are being written, the poems, everything is just content being written. So this is more or so what content writing is. So now let's understand what is the job of a content writer. The job of the content writer is to make you understand the story of whatever, a product, a book, just a movie in general, a description that you read behind like a label or something that you read behind, just something that makes you understand the product, the business, the industry, or whatever the topic is about much better, something that will entertain you and keep you engaged. So that is essentially the task of a content writer, because a lot of people can write content, but what is most important in content writing is for somebody to keep you engaged so that you read the entire content. So that is one of the most important responsibilities of a content writer. Okay, so now let's talk about the different kinds of content writing. Content writing is of various kinds. Okay, first of all, let's begin with something very obvious, which is books. Whatever books you read, whatever your textbooks, your novels, fiction, non-fiction, everything is one form of content writing. The second comes blogs, articles. Those are the different kind of content writings. Then comes copywriting. So what is copywriting? हम वो ads देखते हैं टीवी पे, every ad is given a certain seconds or just over a minute of time to air on television. So the job of a content writer, of a copywriter in ads, is to narrate the story, to send the message whatever they want to in a very limited time. So a copywriter, when it comes to content writing, has to be very, very smart and witty and very to the point when it comes to this sort of writing. And I really respect people who are into copywriting, because I know how difficult it is. Copywriting is not for anybody and everybody. You can be a content writer, you can be writing a lot of long form articles, but copywriting is for the really, really smart ones. And moving on, the other kind of writing is social media writing. Social media writing में, as the name suggests, whatever writing we do for the social media, whether it is for YouTube, whether it is for Instagram, for Facebook, for Pinterest, all these form of writings are called social media writing. So when brands, they have their pages on these social media platforms, whatever they want to narrate, the reels they make, the posts they put, campaigns they do, all of this, it comes in a it comes under content writing for social media. अब बात करते हैं what are some of the skills that you require to be a content writer. I have my laptop here. I would be just going through the list of skills that I've made, and I don't want to forget anything, so I'll be just looking down, taking a note, and then talking to you. So yeah, what are the top skills that you require to become a content writer? Number one is, of course, your content writing skills. You have to be a very good writer who is able to narrate the story, who is able to just paint a picture in front of the reader what you're talking about. आप जो बताना चाहते हो स्टोरी अपने रीडर्स को, वो उनके सामने बता पाओ, और it becomes easy for them to understand what you're trying to say. So a good writing skill is, of course, the number one skill that you need to have. The second one is research. Now, before any sort of content that you write, of course, you need to, whether it's a story, whether it is a piece of article that you're writing for a company or yourself, or if it's a blog, any content writing comes with the skill of researching. You need to research whatever you're talking about, whatever your topic is. आप उसकी एक thorough research करोगे, you will understand the history, the background, and only then you will start writing your piece. So research is of utmost importance, as important as your writing skills, because you might just write anything, but if your research is not done correctly, people are not going to buy whatever you're writing. So research is very, very important. Number three is the SEO knowledge. So you know how the internet works. Whenever you type something on Google research, whatever comes, whatever results Google show us, all that happens because those particular websites have done their keyword, their SEO integration very well. This is something that we are going to maybe understand later on in some other video. So I'm just going to leave it there. Fourth would be adaptability. So just because you're writing doesn't mean that you're going to be a very successful writer. What is also important to be a successful writer is for you to adapt, to be able to write in different ways, to use different tones, and that is only going to help you because you would be able to give your talent to various different forms, whether it is for a technical content, whether it is for informal content, whether it is something professional, whether it is in very casual. So the more you work on the different kind of writing styles, the more you adapt, the better it is for you to grow in your career as a content writer. And number five is creativity. Of course, a big part of this whole job is being creative. You have to be able to tell the story in various ways, in various forms, something which is very out of the box. Your writing has to be very fresh, and that is again one of the most important skills that you need to have if you're in this industry. Now let's talk about my personal journey, and followed by which I'll give you some of the tips that can help you be a better writer. So while I was doing my master's from correspondence, I had a lot of free time, of course. So I decided to take up a job, and luckily I got a job in this London-based company where my job was to just jot down all the stolen artwork from all around the world, which meant that I have to, whatever is a stolen, let's suppose this artwork, these masks that you see behind me, one of them is missing. So I will have a photo of that. I was provided with the photo of the stolen artwork, and then I had to describe it and be elaborate as much as I can, which involved just knowing all the synonyms. So whether it is a painting, whether it is in portrait form, landscape form, what is happening in the front, what is happening in the middle ground of the painting, what is happening at the background of the painting, I needed to know and mention anything and everything about that painting that could help people locate it and know that this one is stolen if they ever find it. So of course that that particular job really helped me with my English and with just learning new synonyms of various words. So while I was also working here, I also took up the extra responsibility of being the editor in chief for a newsletter. So that again helped me, and also helped me in a way to create a different sense of writing style, because in my office whatever English I was writing, that was a certain kind of thing. It was very tuck 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 tuck, acha isme ye hai, isme ye hai. Whatever I could explore in terms of uh, the different words that I was learning, that was one thing. But for me to put all that learning somewhere, I took up this role of an editor in chief, and it is in this newsletter that I just bombarded whatever ideas I had. I just did a lot of research, the kind of newsletters different companies were doing. I just tried to make it more fun. So that really helped me shaping this career. But also that, when I was little, my father, he was in the army, and of course he used to be posted for almost 2 to 3 years out of the house. So the only way of communication during those times were letters. And my father really encouraged me and my sisters to write letter and to be very detailed about it. Whenever I tried to write a short letter, the answer of that letter would always be, the next time, just be a little more elaborate with whatever you're writing. So I think that really helped me, again, just talk about whatever is happening. And that really helped me in exploring my emotions, exploring the kind of writing that I was doing. So that was very, very helpful. Another thing that has really helped me have an you know interest in this certain field is because we love to read. So our parents during the holidays would always say that whatever book you're reading, just write a synopsis of that and show it to us, whatever you're writing. In fact, after my 10th standard, after the boards, we have a lot of time free, almost 2 months that we have vacant. So we were actually staying with my father, who was retired then, but he'd taken up a job in this boarding school. And for us to just pass our time, we used to go to the library and read. So the librarian there, the teacher who was there, who used to take care of the library, he told me that there are few books that are not allotted to the kids because it is believed that it is not appropriate for them. So he asked me if I could go through it and write a synopsis and also talk about that. Why do you think this book should be allotted to the children or not, and just be detailed about it. So I think all these small things have really helped me realize that content writing is something that I enjoy and I've enjoyed doing since I was a kid. So yeah, this was just the beginning of how I started with this content writing. Okay, so guys, after my first job, after this job with this London-based company, I worked there for almost 2 years, and then later on, whatever jobs I took were, of course, related to content writing. And slowly, I started learning about content marketing. And over the period of 10 years, I developed interest towards digital marketing while I was still doing content writing. I've done a lot of freelance work. So I've done a lot of freelance work, and that has just helped me earn a little more extra, as well as just enjoy the different kind of writing styles and try new ways of writing. So now let's talk about the most important part of this vlog, which is where I give you the tips to be a content writer, or how you can be more successful in this particular field if you're already in it. So number one, guys, if you're a person who just wants to get into it and has no experience whatsoever, you need to start maintaining a blog. Don't care about whether somebody reads it or doesn't. It is something for your own good. Blog writing will actually help you just be creative. You can write about different things, just pick up different topics, and just make your friends and family read and give you an honest feedback. But mind you, when they're giving you feedback, just don't be very I don't want to say arrogant, but just don't be very protective about your content, because honestly you've given them a job to give you an honest review. So just take in the review, and just the second time when you're rewriting or whatever, if you're writing another piece of content, just keep those reviews in your mind and just try and work on that. I honestly used to just make another list of the reviews that I've gotten, so that the next time I'm writing a piece of content, I go through all those reviews and I incorporate all of that into my writing. So yes, I think maintaining a blog of your own is one of the most important things that you can do. Number 2 is journal prompts. So if if blog writing is not something that you want to do, which I would still maintain that it's pretty essential, along with it, maybe what you can do is that on Pinterest, if you just write journal prompts or writing prompts, you will just get these lists of topic that you can write upon. This is one of the most interesting activity that you can do. You will learn a lot from it, and honestly it will just give you various things to write on, and you will not even get bored. Number 3, if you don't want to do any of these, which I still think are very important, but if still for some weird reason you don't want to get into it, the third thing that you can do is you can start maintaining your Instagram. Just have an open account where you can just post some pictures and then write maybe 100 to 150 words of caption with it, and just make it like a story, a short story or a beautiful moment or whatever. Like there are so many Instagram pages that just share a photo of something and then they write about it, and it's really really beautiful. And those pages also have followers in thousands and millions, because people are interested in reading and they love how beautifully they write. I mean, I personally follow, I think, almost 10 to 15 of such similar content on social media. Then the fourth thing is for you to write, like I said, short stories, articles for yourself. Just pick up any topic from news, if you've gone for a travel, what you've done during the day, what you've done during your holidays, how your birthday was, how someone's birthday was. Just try and write down an article or a blog where you're talking about your feelings, your emotions, how your day went, just because all of this is really going to help you structure and will help you understand the kind of writing that you're interested in doing. And more importantly, I think all of this will really help you maintain a portfolio, because once you start to apply for companies, it doesn't matter today whether you have a prior experience or not, people ask for portfolios, and these are the things that you can attach in your portfolio. So once people read what you've sent, they will see your talent, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to give you work to somebody who deserves it. So number 6th or 5th, I've lost the count, tip that I want to give you is there are so many freelance websites available, and you can get yourself registered and start looking for freelance opportunities, whether it is paid, whether it is non-paid. If you know someone who's working in a company and is looking for a content writer, just volunteer to be that person. And because what you're learning and your experience there is what's going to count. It's okay, your initial few years, it doesn't even matter. Just get as much experience as you can, and just don't bother about the money in the starting 1 to 2 years. I would say just slowly you can start picking up jobs on freelance, get more experience, and then maybe start asking for money, and that would really help you. Okay, so guys, all of this, the tips that I've spoken about till now, what is that going to help you with? Of course, we've talked about that it's going to help you with creating a portfolio for you. But what it's also going to do is it's going to make you understand the kind of writer that you are. What are your interests? What are your plus points? And you would understand yourself much better as a writer, because it's a very known fact that a technical writer will not be a very good non-technical writer, and a non-technical writer will not be a very good technical writer. So you need to know what you're good at and then work towards it. All right, so this is very very important. The next thing is the different writing styles. You need to also work on the different writing styles, whether the different writing styles, whether it is professional, whether it is unprofessional, something very casual, whether you want the blog or the article to be a very conversation like. So you need to work on all these things, and it's only going to happen in the initial years when you yourself pick up topics, pick up scenarios, and then start to write about them in your blogs or articles. Like I said, it doesn't matter if someone's reading it or not. This is an activity that you are doing. This is your practice, right? When a sports person is practicing, he doesn't want people to be there, right? So it doesn't matter. The practice is for you. It's not for your audience. It's not for anybody else. It's just for you. And lastly, most important thing is that you need to already have a clear understanding of British English and American English. It is important because whenever you take up a job or take up any freelance opportunity, an internship or volunteer in content writing, you will always be told to either write in American English or to write in British English. So you have to be very careful about that, because it's intolerant. People don't tolerate this, okay? Because the spellings are different, the kind of words that are used are different. There are some things that are like chips is what you say in America, but crisps is something that you say in UK. So you have to be very conscious about all these facts. There are countries that follow American English, and then there are countries that follow British English. So whenever you take up a writing job or a volunteer project, you have to be mindful of the fact what you're writing, and whether your audience is American or your audience is someone who follow the British English, because your content cannot have a mix of both. That's a big no-no. Moving on, another important tip for you to do to just become more skilled in your journey of being a content writer is read. Uh, there's no alternate for that. You have to read as much as you can, because reading will help you just understand the various kind of writing styles that there are. You will learn a lot more words, and just try to incorporate all of those new words that you're writing into that you're reading into your writing. So if just underline, if you've just got to know a new word, write the description in your novel only, or whatever you're reading. Just make a separate book if you want, and just once you've done your 30 minutes of reading and you have like 5-6 words of the day that you've chosen that are new to you, when you start writing your blog or whatever, just try to incorporate all those words into it. And this habit of yours will really help you in boosting up your vocabulary. And yes, I think that's all. If you follow all these things, I'm sure slowly and slowly you will become a lot more confident writer. Time is only going to make you learn a lot more, and all these tips are going to help you become a more confident writer, a more versatile writer, and you'll be able to understand yourself much better. You'll be able to take up projects that are right up your alley, and you'll be able to give your 100%. So yeah, I think these were the top tips, and I think now we've come to the end of the video. Okay guys, so now we've come to an end. We've understood what content writing is. We've understood the different types of content writing. You've come to know about my journey into this particular field, and I've given you some of my top favorite tips that I still make use of in this decade-long career that I have. So, and if you are actually somebody who is always who is already in content writing, the next step for you is to get into content marketing. But I'm not going to get into that topic as of now. I think this is the end of this video. So if this video was helpful for you, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any queries, if you have any questions, if you want to request for more such videos, something in particular related to this and my career, then please drop a comment, and I promise to get back to you with more interesting videos, something that can help you in your career. So yeah guys, this is me signing off, and yeah, have a good day.